Today we're going to dig a bit deeper into what we talked about in the last episode in the first checkpoint. If the business you've started or are thinking about doing still excites you, if it aligns with your strengths and your lifestyle now, but also the lifestyle you want to have in the future, does it align with the person you want to be? We'll look at how to clarify your ideal area of business, or your calling as I like to see it, so you know exactly what you're offering the world, and that with confidence.
Are you sitting in front of a pile full of tasks for your business, family, household, and everything else to do, and long for that to go away? The trick is creating passive income. Of course, there's some work to do behind the passive part, but working 20% compared to 120 completely turned around how I enjoyed life today. Great to have you here at the Crafters Online Business Playbook Pod. Are you ready to move the needle to work less and earn more? Grab your latest craft project, your favorite drink, and get ready to stitch together purpose, profit, and peace to create the life we want.
So let's explore point number 1. And I call that creating your my map, my identity map. At times when I've sat down and done this exercise, I got surprised. I came up with nuances and areas I hadn't even thought about before. Take this podcast, for instance. I never once considered I'd be having my own podcast. Hardly believed I'd ever be a guest on one. But after doing this exercise, I came out with a clear direction. My mind was buzzing with ideas and more confidence to take that next step down that road. Just last week, I was in a workshop led by Daniel Priestley. Maybe you know who he is. I first heard of him on the Diary of a CEO podcast. It was one of those deep, inspiring interviews that made me sit up and pay a little more attention. Daniel is a serial entrepreneur, international speaker, best-selling author of a few business books, and one is called The Key Person of Influence. The workshop was based on this concept. I haven't actually read the book. I just wanted to listen in. It sounded interesting to see what he said about AI and future scaling of businesses for entrepreneurs, which was one of the companies, of course, that he has that helps entrepreneurs do. The one thing that mainly stuck with me was the point about becoming a key person of influence in whatever area of knowledge that may be. And please note, with ADD, I'm glad if even one thing sticks without having to write it down. And this was a lady who asked how to go about building a business when her passion and her knowledge is on bullying issues. His answer, quick and clear, was simply become the leading person to go to for dealing with bullying issues. There are so many possible topics. It's about looking for your niche. He explained how important it would be to step into that role, becoming the most visible, valuable, and connected person in your space, and added urgency to benefit from being early, using AI to put you there. In the workshop, he talked about the AI revolution for small business owners and how you can solidify your personal brand and presence, both online but also offline, and leverage it early to be ahead of the game, of course. If you don't have that clarity, you don't know who you serve and how to show up for them. You may have already done some soul searching, and you may know exactly what you thrive on, where your strengths are, what experiences you can build from to help others. If you haven't done it recently, or you want to explore it further to see if something new comes up, here we go. Let's start with my map. So my identity map comes in here. It's a simple tool to connect the different parts of who we are. So grab a journal or your notebook, or even better, do it in a spreadsheet. So it's very flexible to add things easy and list these areas, each in a separate column. So you're mapping out about yourself. In column A, in the first row, you'll title it, "What are my strengths?" Ask yourself, what comes naturally to you? What do people come to you for help? What do you offer to volunteer for most often? What puts you in a flow state? Write down anything and everything from hobbies to work tasks, etc. in column B. Number 2, second row, life experiences. These are professions, jobs, roles, and tasks you did in those positions or life events and milestones. Your hobbies, your interests, your passions, what you dream about doing one day could be in there as well. Row number 3, your not so strong areas, or AKA weaknesses. What do you feel hesitant to do? Unsure how to do it? What do you often need support with, or procrastinate doing, or tend to delegate to someone else, or something you never volunteer to do? Number 4, these are your struggles, the hard things you faced, which now give you empathy and authority in. There are podcasts about anything and everything where people support others finding themselves in that same situation that you've been in. So number 5, winning and successful moments. If you have found a way to overcome certain things and things you are particularly proud of, you can teach and mentor others about it, or on it and in it. It also is proof that you can do hard things. Take time with these 5 points. Write freely, ponder on it, pray about it, sleep on it, share it with somebody you trust. We do not find our calling in isolation. Clarity often comes in conversation. So when you step back and look at your My Map, you'll start to see patterns and ideas for what you'd like to include in your business brand, and maybe even what you've truly been called to bring into the world. It might fit nicely in a creative business, or it might turn out to be coaching and mentoring would be your thing. New directions may surprise you, and sometimes the calling you uncover is more sustainable, flexible, or even better aligned than what you thought you wanted. So be open. So after exploring those areas, we need to be aware of your blockers. Along with your My Map, blockers will want to hinder you. It's very helpful to identify, be aware, and to address them. For me, procrastination is a big one. It usually shows up when we don't know how to start, or we're afraid of failing. Push it off to later. I'll get a clearer view of things. I'll wait. Many wait until everything is fully clear and ready, or needs to be perfect before getting started, but perfect never comes. I'd like to chime in with those coaches and mentors who encourage taking imperfect, consistent action. We learn as we go. It's like waiting until you've watched every single YouTube video about running before you actually put your sneakers on. At some point, you just have to start jogging. The second one has to do with preparation is wise, but overanalyzing leads to analysis paralysis. With this, fear and hesitation grows. Action, even imperfect action, builds momentum and reveals the next step. So putting your feet in the water before it parts, so to speak. For me, this ties into faith. The next thing will show up at the right time, even if I wanted it to show up earlier. If we know everything from the beginning, first of all, we'll forget half of it. I certainly will. But it could easily overwhelm. I believe that God opens or closes doors, and that gives me clarity where to move forward. Letting control is never easy, but trusting Him brought me massive peace. I know He wants us to prosper, so we can help others do the same. Actually, once I really let go and let God, knowing He's leading my steps and equipping me with what I will need when I need it, fear just disappeared. So have faith to believe what's supposed to come is coming. A third hindrance are distractions, and there's many of those. The kind you constantly look at your phone, if any messages or comments on your post have popped up, or emails. Better would be to put your phone in a completely different room to ensure you get focused attention for the work you're doing and have set out to do. You'll love the effect that creates in your schedule. It's really helpful. There's also a common serious distraction called frustration. Some, or maybe all of us, are frustrated if things move too slow. I am. We have even less patience than ever right now. Patience is a virtue. We can see shiny new objects or thinking someone else is doing something that would be better, a better business, getting success faster, or being more successful. But their mind map isn't your mind map. Jumping from idea to another idea just resets the clock. Success will never have time to unfold if we do that. And the truth is, consistent daily steps matter more than attempting shortcuts. We overestimate what we can do in one day, but we underestimate what we can achieve in a year. Even 2% progress every day adds up to a whole new business and a whole new you. Because the truth is, succeeding is about consistent daily steps for a period of time. Then the seeds will start growing, and then we can reap. The journey is when we have the chance to grow into the person we want to be, having time to enable the person and the life to take form that we visualize having later. Beware of what seems to be easy and overnight. Get rich quick schemes usually are not true, and it could be lost just as quick. What we really want is sustainable income, the kind where our children can also have a safety net for later. There are certainly more personalized distractions on your list. Just make sure you list them and are aware of them. It may be a current blind spot you didn't even realize you had. So, bringing your mind map together. Once you've written out your points on the map and identified the things that could hold you back, the next step is to look at the patterns and ask, how could this come together as a business? Number 1, who can I help with what I know? It's the who question. This ties your strengths and your struggles that you've overcome together. Often the people you want to help are people like yourself. Summarize these points that stick out to you. Take the most important ones, put them in the next column as a summary of your most prominent strengths and struggles, and think about who this could relate to. Do this for each section. Number 2, question, what problem can I solve for them? This comes from your experiences and your wins. This includes pain points, the ones that you know of, but also finding out what your person has as pain points. Number 3, how do I want my lifestyle to look while I'm doing this? This keeps your business aligned with your values and your energy, and you'll enjoy and be grateful for what is actually taking place in the now, on your way to your dream, not only focusing on and yearning for the future, the goal that you had set out. Usually that goal is only a stepping stone for the next one, so enjoy each journey. Number 4, what can I do to avoid the blockers that interfere? You'll have to face these ever so often, but if you set up a system to avoid them, you'll have much less times of frustration dealing with them and stealing your energy. Don't overcomplicate it. At this stage, you're not writing a 40-page business plan. You're just sketching out a direction. Maybe it looks like a service you can offer, or a product you can create, or content you could share, like on a podcast. The goal is clarity, not the perfect plan. And once you see a theme emerging, you'll know where your focus will be for your first steps. You do have the option to build a room to maneuver with more income streams. To have more reliable earnings and stability while you're exploring and testing and trying a new business can be to enable multiple income streams. Maybe you've seen others who have that already, maybe even alongside their regular job, and can have more flexibility because of it. It doesn't need to collide with each other, and it doesn't have to mean chaos or overload either. Within your business ideas, it could mean different products. However, in some models, it is advisable to focus on one solid offer rather than 10 little offers. With selling products, that may mean one type and not too many different options. You could add or switch later once your business is running smoothly and you've reached a certain income level. What's a little different is looking at a solid, proven online system that can create stability and breathing room so you can build your dream project on the side. When you have clarity to see what you're called to do, pairing it with a tried income system gives you the space to make it real, without pressure, to make it profitable overnight. I know that for a fact. I was at a point where I first and foremost had to replace my corporate income. And on top of that, it ended up giving me more time, more freedom than I expected, and my lifestyle changed. And I can spend time and energy on those other projects I really enjoy. Having an online business blueprint alongside my creative work and everything else I want to do, it fuels me. It keeps things running so I can explore the bigger vision. And yes, that includes more than just one extra project. I can talk about that more and those projects I'm working on behind my businesses later. That's for another episode. So to wrap up, I would like to offer you to do a quick journaling exercise. Moving from the My Map to the business idea. So if you set aside 10 minutes with your journal or your notes app, answer these prompts rather quickly. Don't overthink it. Number 1, who can I help with what I know? Write 2 or 3 groups of people who could benefit from your strengths or from your struggles that you have overcome. Number 2, what problem can I solve for them? It could also be, what product can I offer to help them? List 1 or 2 specific problems they face that you could make easier, faster, or less stressful. Maybe even simply be there for them on their journey, like mentoring or coaching. Number 3, what do I want my lifestyle to look like while doing it? Jot down 2-3 lifestyle non-negotiables, like flexible hours, one of my top priorities, creative freedom, location independence, definitely, and being able to do a little bit more than just pay the bills is probably high up there for everybody. Number 4, now we'll connect the dots. Using the answers above, finish this phrase or this sentence. It's a template. Hope I can make it clear. I help blank. That's who. Solve blank. That's the problem. So they can blank. That's the result. In a way that also supports blank. And that last one is my lifestyle wishes. If you can write even a rough draft of that one sentence, you already have a foundation of a business idea you can explore. The rest is just shaping and testing. So remember, you don't have to have it all figured out. Sometimes it's better you don't, so you give it room for other things that may help you better than the ideas you had. That's happened to me. You just have to take the next step into the water and believe.
I hope this episode helped you move forward towards your goals and dreams. If so, please share with a friend who can benefit from it too. Maybe they're praying for a business breakthrough right now. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram with Vikija & Co. and on LinkedIn with my name, Veronica Kiefer Jonneberg. It would help me greatly if you would leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Have a peek at vikija.info where you can find out more about the online business system I chose to run alongside my knitwear business. That's vikija.info. It gives me a solid base of income and so much more I could ever wish for. I'd be happy to mentor you every step of the way. The link is also in the show notes. So keep your heads up, take consistent steps forward with your eyes on the prize. Then you have the best chances of succeeding to get where you want to be. See you next week and be blessed.